totals for the first half. I've got Bradley Dean with 13 points, Luke Reed with 2, Eli Starnes with 3, Andrew Hensley with 2, Dondre Mack with 2, John Sally with 6, and Matthew Ghost with 4. On the defensive side, I've got Bradley Dean with 5 rebounds, Luke Reed with 2, Eli Starnes with 2, David George with 4, Jake Taylor with 1, Sally with 1, Matthew Ghost with 1, Isaac Benson with 1. But disclaimer, like I said yesterday, I cannot certify the accuracy of these defensive stats. When we look at the Port Charlotte side, Gerald Robinson has 2, Logan Rogers has 4, Sean LaFresne has 3, Alex Perry has 7, Logan Closter has 5. Total points. And it's kind of unfolded the way that I thought. Port Charlotte, they like to just kind of do a give and go and drive into the basket, and Gay City's big boys have been there to block the shots so far, so they've really not been able to get much going.
Again, that's what you mentioned now. Yeah, in terms of the first half, of course, we're talking about the stat of the night. Free throw shooting, you think will be the Colonial Funeral Home, the Law Office of Jesse Walker McMurray stat of the night, you think?
Potentially, right now, Gay City's 5 of 6 on their free throws. Port Charlotte is not doing too badly, though, either. They're 3 of 5. So both teams are not leaving many points on the table.
Of course, as you mentioned, too, a very fast-moving first half. I think the Colonial Funeral Home play of the night so far is the one that you led, that Dean got the rebound, gave it to Hensley. Hensley then dished it over to a wide-open Starnes, who hit that 3. Anything else sort of come to mind in terms of a play of the night?
I agree with you. That was a good one. They ran almost a similar, identical play for Sally to hit a layup there right at the end of the quarter. Either one of those, they were almost mirrors of each other. Starnes hit the layup from the right-hand side of the basket. Sally hit his from the left-hand side, but both of them pretty nice looking.
Yeah. Good deal. All righty. How much time do we have till?
We got 3:37. If you want to get a couple more breaks in.
Yeah, let's thank our sponsors again. Want to say, of course, once again, big thank you to the Big Blue Boosters that sponsored our coverage of these 2 games in Florida. Again, it's a very special group of people, and we certainly thank them for all they do. So, anyway, again, 32-21 here at halftime. We'll take a break. You're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Does the volatility of the stock market have you nervous about investing? Do the news reports about a trade war or recession give you some pause about doing anything other than investing in CDs? If so, I invite you to call the experienced financial planners at James River Advisors about their fixed income investments that give solid returns with minimal volatility. Your local office in Gate City is managed by Edwin Cox, and he is ready to answer your questions and believes in establishing long-lasting relationships with his clients based on trust. He is ready to help you with financial planning, investments, and much, much more. So give him a call today at 276-690-8014. Again, that's 276-690-8014. He's located at 122 East Jackson Street, next to Dollar General in Gate City.
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
When it comes to health, it's personal. This Health Minute brought to you by Premier Pharmacy. You were created from scratch, so why not your medicine?
The advantages of weight loss provide health benefits, such as reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease. You can gain these benefits by losing just 5 to 7% of your body weight, according to Weight Control Information Network. There are supplements that have been shown to increase your ability to lose weight. A chromium supplement taken 30 minutes prior to a meal will partially fill the stomach and help you eat less. Coenzyme B, Active Life Nutrient Capsules, and weight loss smoothies will give you nutritional support as you start a diet of cutting back on fats and calories. We at Premier Pharmacy would be happy to work with and counsel you on changes and how the use of our pharmaceutical-grade supplements can help.
This Health Minute brought to you by Premier Pharmacy. 25 years of creating personalized medicine. 109 Jack White Drive, Kingsport. Find them on Facebook or stop by for a free consultation.
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
All All right, so we are back again. About a little less than a minute left of halftime. Gate City again leads 32-21. Chris, have you seen anything? Both teams coming out here to start the second half.
Gate City came out a little bit late from the locker room, but they're the first ones on the court. Port Charlotte's still huddled up. So boys in blue are ready to go. Just kind of waiting now on the team in white.
So
the five we got in for Gate City right now is John Compton, Andrew Hensley, Bradley Dean, Luke Reed, and David George. As Port Charlotte is set to inbound. And here we go. Charlotte has the ball inbounded to number 20, Logan Rogers. Rogers has the ball now top of the key, passes it over to Navari Johnson. First time we've had a chance to call his name tonight. Johnson gives it back to Logan Rogers. Rogers feeds it down back to Johnson. Johnson goes across to Rogers. Gate City running his own defense. Shot goes up by Navari Johnson. It's another air ball. Rebound, Bradley Dean. Dean has the ball, passes it back over to Compton. Compton gives it back to Dean. Dean goes up. Shot is good for Gate City. Just as quickly, again, here comes Logan Rogers down the court, passes it over to Navari Johnson. Johnson back to Rogers. Gate City pulling out a little bit, putting that zone pressure on for Charlotte, leaving the underside wide open, but Charlotte doesn't look interested in trying it. Rogers with the ball, passes it back and forth to Gerald Robinson. Robinson shoots another air ball, this time the rebound by Navari Johnson. Johnson brings it out, back almost to center court, passes back across Alex Perry. Perry goes back to Johnson. Johnson drives in, the basket is good. So 34-23 now, Gate City. Dean inbounds to Compton. Compton with a long pass down to Hensley. Hensley feeds it back to Dean. They're going to get Dean with a push-off. He was looking to get Gerald Robinson on the contact foul, but they got Dean with it. He extended his arm on that. So I unfortunately have to agree with the officials on that one. As Port Charlotte inbounds the ball. Alex Perry feeds it to Logan Rogers. Rogers brings it across, goes back to Perry. Perry feeds it across to Gerald Robinson. Robinson gives it to Johnson. Johnson almost loses it, brings it back under control, gives it back to Perry. Perry back over to Gerald Robinson. Back to, let's see who's got it, Alex Perry. Perry gets it back to Streaking Robinson from the inside line. Shot is up. They're going to get, however, and the shot's no good. Luke Reed, though, picks up his first foul of the game.
I think, Chris, too, just for those that are following on Facebook, I think Mandy May is broadcasting this from down there. It's about a minute lag, so what we're talking about is a minute ahead of what you're seeing.
Okay. So the ball's inbounded now. Navari Johnson's got it, passes it over to Alex Perry. Perry drives inside, goes up strong. They're going to count the bucket, and I believe they're going to get David George with the foul. No, they're going to give it to Compton instead. They both were there. Both were there in defensive stands, but they get Compton with the reach instead. So, first shot is the shot's up. Alex Perry, no good. Rebound by Luke Reed. Reed brings the ball down the court himself. Passes to George in the right-hand side, just in front of the Gate City bench. George, long cross-court pass to Compton. Compton brings it around the top of the key. Gives it to Dean on a give and go. Dean pulls back out, back to Compton. Compton thinks about a three, drives in instead. Goes in for the layup, no good. Rebound, Navari Johnson. Johnson brings the ball down the court. Reed knocks it away. Johnson's able to get it back. Feeds it back inside to Alex Perry. Perry takes it in, no good. Rebound, Luke Reed. Reed brings it down, faces a little bit of pressure, gets it back off to Compton. Compton goes back to Dean. Dean getting triple teamed now. Goes up anyway. Count the bucket. 4 points for Bradley Dean in this quarter. Gate City's going to take a timeout. I think they need to catch their breath as well. Coach doesn't look happy about something. It's going to be a 30-second. So right now in the third quarter, Bradley Dean has 4 points for Gate City. That's all the scoring we've got so far. With Gate City leads 36-25.
How much time is left?
Well, they've got the clock up now for the timeout. There's 10 seconds in the timeout.
So
getting ready to clear out, the warning buzzer sounding. Gay City's back on the court, ready to go. Port Charlotte again, taking their time. And now we're ready to go. It's going to be Port Charlotte ball. As Dondre Max now checked into the game. And they're going to get, looks like maybe Compton got batted in the eye there. And they're going to call the foul on Compton. So Compton apparently took a finger to the eye, and they called the foul on him for that. He's had to check out of the game now, and Eli Starnes coming in for him. That was kind of bizarre, Joe.
Yeah, well, haven't caught up yet on Facebook. So.
Well, the pass comes in to Gerald Robinson. Robinson brings the ball down. He starts to drive inside. Picked up that pressure by Gay City. He's forced to kick it back outside. Pass over to Johnson. Johnson gives it back to Robinson. Robinson over to Logan Rogers in the corner. Shots up, no good. Rebound by Luke Reed. Reed brings the ball down to Dondre Mack. And there's a massive collision right to center court. Let's see if they decide if Navari Johnson was set or not. Yeah, they're going to give that on Dondre Mack with the charge. Mack was looking back for the pass, and Johnson got set, and it's going to be Port Charlotte ball. Logan Rogers has the ball center court, passes it across to Alex Perry. Perry drives in, looking to shoot. Another air ball by Port Charlotte. Rebound by Bradley Dean. Dean gives it to Starnes. Starnes back to Dean. Dean goes up. He was fouled. Oh, they're going to say it was all ball. That's going to be our first jump ball of the night. I didn't know if you had that keyed up or not.
Oh, yeah, just played it.
Okay, great. So the ball goes to Gay City. Starnes inbounds it to Bradley Dean. Dean feeds it back over to Reed. Reed around the horn to Mack. Mack to Starnes. Starnes for three, no good. Rebound by Sally. Sally gets it, tries to feed it to Dondre Mack. Knocked out of bounds by Logan Rogers. It'll remain Gay City ball. Very quickly, Matthew Ghost checking in. Luke Reed coming down. Reed looks like he's maybe taking an elbow to the face as well. Bradley Dean inbounds it. Gives it to Ghost. Ghost passes her back around to Mack. Mack goes inside to Dean. They're going to get Dean with the travel. And ball turns back over to Port Charlotte. They're wasting no time again. Walter Johnson back into the game. He passes it over to Logan Rogers. Rogers gives it back to Gerald Robinson. Robinson starts to drive, kicks it back out instead to Alex Perry. Perry gives it back to Walter Johnson. Johnson again back to Perry. Perry feeds it over to Navari Johnson. Johnson back to Alex Perry. Perry to Logan Rogers. Rogers for three, no good. Tip back, no good. Rebound, John Sally. Sally feeds the ball over to Mack. Dondre brings it down, gives it back to Bradley Dean. Dean back almost to center court at the volleyball line. He locks it there. Feeds it back over instead to Eli Starnes. Starnes gives it to Mack. They try to swing it around the horn again to Bradley Dean. Dean's got it on the left-hand side, looking to drive the lane. He goes in, pulls up for the jumper. Shot is blocked. Navari Johnson on the breakaway, goes up for the shot and gets hammered by Matthew Ghost. I'm okay with that foul, though, because it prevented. It's going to be an easy layup for him, and you don't want an easy shot, especially when you have no fouls in the game. So that's Matthew Ghost's first one. So Navari Johnson now at the line, shooting two. First shot's up, and good. So that makes it 36-26 now, Gay City. 3:15 to go, third period. Dondre Mack's checking out. John Compton's coming in. And also, looks like Jake Taylor getting some time. Matthew Ghost coming out to take a break. So the five right now, we have Bradley Dean, John Compton, Eli Starnes, Jacob Taylor, and I believe that's Mr. Sally down low. Second shot's up, and good. Sally takes the inbound pass, gives it to Eli Starnes. Starnes brings it across, getting pressured now by Logan Rogers. Manages to get it across. Starnes takes it all the way. Shot's blocked by Walter Johnson. Here goes Navari Johnson on the rebound. He gets the layup, rolls no good. Put back, though, by Gerald Robinson. Count that. It's 36-29 now, Gay City. Bradley Dean has the ball back across center court. Port Charlotte starting to pick up some pressure as they're going to get number 14.